It's going down, man. Oh, man.
Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to
Oh, man.
Shout out to the whole Bryant family. Actually.
Oh, man. Joint Podcast, episode 24.
Damn.
Yep.
Of course, wow. 24.
Yep. My favorite player, man.
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe. I'm not being sad because we're a whole week removed from it.
Fuck. I'm never going to see another Kobe again.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about it. But Joint Podcast, episode 24, we're in the building. I am your host, Kari. I'm here, of course, with Frank, Mo, and the shooter Tyler's in the building.
I'm here.
Breeze on the ones and twos, camera watch. And we here. And we celebrating the life of Kobe. So I had to open up with the greatest Kobe song I ever heard.
Can we get a moment of silence for Kobe?
Brief moment. Okay. All right.
Bianca, carry on the legacy. It's up to you. I think that's his youngest daughter's name, Bianca.
Bianca, a couple of daughters. He has a couple of daughters.
Because like the oldest was like a volleyball player, right?
Yeah. Carry the legacy. Mamba mentality. Don't ever let that shit die.
So, of course, if you've been under a rock, if you haven't heard, I know you know what you've been doing. But, of course, last Sunday, we lost Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and 7 other victims. Let me pull their names up because I actually want to say their names as well.
Yeah, like, a lot of people have been tripping because nobody's been showing them love, so I think we need to.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure we show them love from the hospital. I mean, not the hospital, the helicopter crash. Excuse me.
That damn liquor, boy.
Nah, what's this? I don't burp with liquor. I throw up.
No.
I'm actually don't throw up. I'm only throwing up one time, though.
All right, so of course we want to honor Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, John, Carrie, and Alyssa Altobelli, who were Gianna's teammate was Alyssa, and her parents, John and Carrie, was also in the crash. Sarah and Peyton Chester, who Peyton was also a teammate of Gianna's as well, and her mother, Sarah, both lost their life. Christina Mauser, who was an assistant coach, and Ara Zoban, who was the pilot of the helicopter. So rest in power to all of them. Peace and love to all their family members, of course. And something really, really tragic that happened. And I think stopped the world. I haven't seen the world really respond like this since like Michael Jackson.
Right.
I was going to say, that. But yeah. Because like that Michael Jackson thing, older people will tell you that they remember where they were when he first did the moonwalk, and then people now will tell you they remember where they were when he died. Yeah. That's going to be the same effect last Sunday on January 26th when Kobe was in the helicopter crash.
Bro, like, it doesn't matter, like, whether you were an athlete, whether you weren't an athlete. Like, Kobe has helped so many people get through so many times.
Yeah.
And it's just, to lose somebody like that, it stops the fucking world, bro. That shit is so sad.
Yeah, because even when I got the information, we just finished recording my last podcast. If y'all don't know, we record on Sundays. And got the news after trying to make a grilled cheese sandwich and burnt that shit up. Because at first I was just like, nah, I didn't believe it because of course the stories that were coming in from TMZ was very
they were spotty
bullshit if you can name it, because there was a lot of just misreadings of the shit. How many people was in the helicopter? Who was in the helicopter? At one point, Rick Fox died. I don't know who's trying to kill off Rick Fox, but he died for some reason. And then as you know, more news came in that his daughter was on the helicopter with him. It took me a hard time to believe it, because I'm a really, really big Kobe fan. Like that man has influenced my whole life as far as my mentality, as far as thinking about stuff, and trying to make sure I was a better person every day. So it was really, really fucked up. I really thought that, you know, even if the helicopter did crash, I figured he jumped out.
Right.
Right. Because
Kobe, nigga.
Yeah, it's Kobe. It's just like he also like some superhero shit. But that it happened, and it's really sad to see and hear that like what he's going through with his family and all of those families who don't have parents anymore, don't have siblings anymore. It's a really
sad.
fucked up way to go out, and we just want to send thoughts and prayers to everybody who was affected by this for sure.
When Bree called me, she told me Kobe died. Like, man, I wish I could make this shit up. My first words was like, no, the fuck he didn't. You're fucking lying to me.
Yeah,
Like that shit ain't real.
that's
I mean, Bree, am I lying?
You're not lying. You're not lying. No cap.
Like, it's just, you don't ever want to see that shit. And growing up, like, I'm ashamed to admit this now, but, you know, I was a Laker hater. Like, I used to, like, oh, fuck Kobe. You know, D-Wade out this bitch. Like, no, I don't give a fuck about Kobe. But, like, growing up, like, as I got older, I grew to respect what Kobe did for the game as far as, like, everything else that he did following his retirement. It just, I don't care who it is, there won't ever be another Kobe. Not LeBron, not D-Wade, not Giannis, not KD, not Steph.
I feel like they all gonna have their own legacy, but Kobe,
Nobody will ever match that legacy.
yeah. But I was at work, dog, and my coworker walked up to me and she's like, she got the name wrong. She's like, something O'Brien. I said, excuse me? O'Brien died. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Mind you, Frank doesn't watch sports at all.
But she didn't say the name correctly. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She said he played basketball. I said, Kobe Bryant? She was like, yeah. I said, nigga, you lying.
That just shows.
Just turned around.
Kobe had our world right there.
And fucking
Frank
Googled
watch
it. And the first post that came up was Washington Post. So I trust that shit.
I don't.
I trust the Washington Post. Over like TMZ.
facts. I've had so.
So, I stopped for a minute because I couldn't believe this shit either. I didn't watch sports. I never watched it. I just never had an interest in it. But nigga, you know who Kobe Bryant is. You don't know shit. You know LeBron. You know Kobe. You know Michael Jordan. If you don't know nobody else in fucking basketball,
Yeah. You know the greatest, but if you only name them on a one name basis, you know. So Kobe was up there, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really fucked up and torn about that shit. So much so that my mom had my family call me because she thought I was on suicide. Yeah, Frank called me. Niggas thought I was on suicide watch.
I wasn't thinking that, but I knew you was feeling it.
Nah, my mom thought that shit for sure. Because I had niggas I didn't even remember calling me. I had niggas that I didn't even real shit, and like from middle school, and niggas from overseas is calling me and shit. They don't hate us. Yeah, I had my friend from Italy call me.
Of course, Italy, like,
Right.
he had a really big influence there too.
So he called me and he was like, I haven't talked to this nigga in like 2 years, and he was just like, have you seen what happened? I was like, yeah.
I hate to say this, and I don't want to take anything from Kobe or anybody else on that plane, but the one that hurt me the most is his daughter.
Right.
And I don't know if
That
that's
hurt as well.
because I have a daughter on the way, or if like watching her play,
She was
the
the
second
next
coming.
like that was the one. She was the one, dog.
And I mean, not to say put any daughter ahead of any other, because his first daughter just didn't go the basketball route. She's more of a girly girl.
Yeah, that's cool.
Shout out to her.
Real bad.
Losing definitely a girl dad. But what I found out is about his daughter. Not gonna lie to you, I kind of wish it was Rick Fox. When I first heard the Rick Fox stuff, I was like, I'd rather it be Rick Fox than his
I'd rather
daughter.
it be Magic than Kobe.
I'd rather
I'd
be
rather be
any child, dog. Because like these people have lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just getting started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it really fucked me up because it made me think like there's no such thing as karma. I don't believe in karma anymore because
Your fucking ears perked up.
yeah, because I don't. All right, let's say Kobe did something fucked up, and the reason why I felt like this is because all the woke white women feminists came out of the blue, and Ari Shaffir, who as a man, if I see him, he got to see me on real shit.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
No, don't worry about it. He'll know. They came out and was like, he died because he was, the whole thing that happened in Colorado where he was alleged.
Really?
The whole rape thing?
Yo.
So that came out, and Ari Shaffir made it wasn't even a joke. He made a post about it. That's why he got to see me as a man. And the white woke feminist blogs came out and it was like, that's the reason. And it's like, okay, let's say Kobe Bryant, that was his karma, right? Let's say it was. What did that have to do with the children that were on board?
Right, like his daughter had nothing to do with that shit. And even then, like, regardless of what the fuck you felt he deserved, nobody deserves to fucking go out. Cause I can guarantee Kobe's last thought was he wasn't gonna be able to protect his daughter.
Right, that's the one.
So because of that, like I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in the universe. I believe it's all action based and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yo, fuck all y'all who brought that shit up about the fucking rape allegations back in 2003. It's been fucking 17 years and y'all can't let shit go.
Right, yeah, like I
someone who was alleged, not even fucking convicted of shit, and this is what y'all doing on someone who just passed away horrifically on something that was a normal routine, was basically a carpool, but for really rich people.
Right. Which is a fucking accident. It's literally all it is.
And
there's
and
nothing
then
to do with
when you hear about more reports that it was like super foggy in LA that day, and then you hear reports of what actually happened to the helicopter. It was going 185 miles per hour, hit a mountain, and lost control. That shit like that happened where the pilot decided to go low, where other pilots are saying if you would just went above the air pocket, you would have seen it. But shit happens, you make choices.
This ain't the first time that they've flown in those conditions. They just thought it was normal routine.
It was normal
regular day.
It's just that the pilot decided to go low instead of going high, and shit happens. California has mountains, especially up there in the Calabasas area. Hit a mountain going 185, lost control.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine how to fucking pull that shit back. I don't know. How do you do that?
I don't think there's a way.
Look, dog. Yeah, nah, fuck.
Shit is fucked up.
If you're throwing dirt on Kobe's name, point blank, period, there's a special place in hell.
It's not even just because it's Kobe. It's because you want to bring some shit up that happened 17 years ago because this man died. Whether you believe he did it or not, whether he did it or not, this shit is not relevant today.
It's not.
And if he did it, he's done everything for his family and for women in general to make good on that.
Right, like
people fuck up and people change. This man clearly changed. So fuck y'all for that bullshit.
Yeah.
Frame up. Just fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because one of my high school friends posted some shit, and I went the fuck in on that bullshit. Because I don't want to see that shit.
It was tough. The first couple of days, just being on Instagram, being on Twitter, seeing all the shit, I'm telling you, I cried for a long time. And seeing grown men, like fucking big ass men, like Shaq cry. I don't know what that, but that does something to me. I don't know.
Nigga, that's your boy. If something happened to one of y'all niggas, I'm gonna be just like that.
I understand.
That's your boy.
But that just tells you how much like pain and fucking that shit's nuts. But we do want to remember the greatness. We want to remember the fun times. We want to remember the best times of Kobe Bryant. I love all the stories that's coming out about him being so relentless and the Mamba mentality and everything that is just basically out there. So I do want to thank y'all for keeping Kobe's graces alive because I
think I want to remember the bad times with like his final few years in LA where they weren't winning games. I think I want to remember that more than I do like the good times. And the reason being is regardless of how bad times got, Kobe never gave up. Like, that was still his team.
Yeah, I read that about that.
He fractured his knee, he tore his Achilles, he fucked his shoulder up. Kobe didn't give a fuck.
And that's why it was so hard to fucking hear, because when you think about all the shit he's been through, like broken knee, fractured Achilles, like torn Achilles, fractured knees, no ligaments in his wrist, all that shit. You did all of that for 20 plus years. And then now he's fucking transitioning so perfectly and was attacking his retirement the best way he knew how, with his family in mind, and just to go out on a regular fucking Sunday, it's crazy. But we're not grieving anymore. This is a celebration of Kobe Bryant. This is a celebration of all those lives that were on that plane, including his daughter Gigi. We'll continue to get better. We'll continue to apply the mentality and continue to be better people and live better lives to make sure that, we live the most of our life just to not, fuck it up. I also got to apologize to older people. If y'all listen to this podcast, religiously, as you know, I have not a beef, but I had kind of a quarrel, not a quarrel either. It's kind of like sure, you can call it that. against older people, and I realized.
I don't think it's so much against. It's just like you feel like at a certain age you just should go.
Yeah.
I don't think you're against it.
I kind of got to pull back on that because I've been throwing out names like Cicely Tyson and Betty White. And,
They're gonna be here and they're gonna
shit
prove
like
that shit.
And you know,
Ain't going
I have
Against
to
all odds,
be a bigger man and say, yo, I apologize because I realize that life is fragile. It's very, very fragile, and we should not take it for granted. So the fact that they are living to 100 means that maybe they're living life right instead of needing to be gone. So I need to apologize about that. Yeah,
That's
so,
good. That's good. That's a good apology.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna joke on old people anymore. So white people,
I ain't
watch
gonna
the
make
fuck
that
out.
promise because I respect that apology, and that's good. So for anybody that's gonna talk shit about that apology, fuck y'all, because he realizes what he's done and he's apologizing for it. So that's good. I'm not gonna give up cracking on old people because shit's hilarious.
No. The jokes is still coming, but the wishing death on them.
No.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna stop that for sure. Yeah, that's. So, yeah, white people, I'm on your ass. Don't fuck up. I'm on your ass now. I'm off old people. I'm
I'm on
white
everybody's
people's
ass, so just watch out, nigga.
They don't call me the shooter.
Equal opportunity.
That's a fact.
I'm fucking with you.
That's a fact. All right.
Transitioning into a little bit of a lighter topic. I know we don't necessarily have anything on this, but I just want to shout out Lamar Jackson. Sole reason being, he won MVP.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shout out to Lamar.
I was gonna ask you if you got it, because I remember you said something
Yeah,
like
you
Shout out to Lamar, yeah.
So I just want to shout that out because this man, from day one, NFL scouts, fans, especially Steelers fans, fuck y'all.
Hey, whoa. My boy Christian is a Steelers fan.
Listen to me.
Fuck the Ravens.
My dad is a Steelers fan.
All right.
Anyway.
Alright, well, that's personal.
I mean,
So
first,
for me, this is big because Lamar Jackson from day one coming into the fucking NFL, never, he never gave up.
facts.
And scouts were telling him, oh, come in as a receiver, you're never going to be a good quarterback. Fans, oh, he's never going to be able to make those accurate
Talk your
passes.
shit.
Can I ask some
Here he
questions?
is a year
Talk
later.
your, bro. Let's all talk your
Yeah,
shit. Go
that's a
ahead.
question. Go ahead.
How long have you been in the league?
2 years. This is his second year.
What? That's great.
Yeah, this man's going to be a fucking legend. I'm calling
What
it.
is
Unanimous
what
MVP.
team does he play for?
For the Ravens.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm biased as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
no. I'm not saying that to say you biased. I'm saying that 'cause I don't know shit.
Unanimous, the first black unanimous MVP.
Really?
The only other unanimous one is Tom Brady. And listen to the name, and you know why he's unanimous. It's Tom fucking Brady.
Do y'all hate Tom Brady?
Yes.
No, I don't.
I respect
Why?
his game, but I hate
I
him.
used to.
Oh,
I used to hate him.
Well, at least you respect the
I used to
game.
hate him because he was always perched up on the pedestal, and then we beat him twice. So I didn't really give a fuck. But then I respected
Talking about the Giants.
Yeah, and then I respected him because the fact that he's 42 and still fucking leading his team to Super Bowls is fucking great.
Nigga, yeah, that's
I
old in the
can't-
game, man.
Yeah, I can't.
Pretty fucking old.
I can't shit on him.
In any sport, pretty much, right?
Any
Yeah,
sport.
but for football, yes, that's physical as hell. Even
What's the average time of football? 8 years?
quarterback?
30,
Maybe 38. They start to show that because Philip Rivers, I believe, is 38.
Nah, he's 40.
He's 40 now.
I'm pretty sure he's 40.
What was that other old nigga that retired within the last few years?
Oh, within the last few years?
Was it Brett?
Brett Favre.
Yeah. How old was he?
Well, Brett Favre had a couple. He retired a little too early, so he retired around like 36, and then was like, "Nah, I still feel like I'm good," and came back.
Oh, he came back. I didn't know
Yeah.
He
that.
went out on an injury, though. He should have just left his legs.
Yeah, so he got injured and then had to leave, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm good now, so fuck it, let's go," and then came back and was kind of alright for about 3 years, and then left again. So
I didn't know that. I don't know shit. Once again, I don't watch sports. But that's great, Lamar Jackson.
Like, I just want to kind of let it be known
No,
to
that's-
any athlete out there.
that's a big fucking deal.
Don't.
Unanimous is a big fucking deal. Like if he would have just won MVP, cool. But unanimous means that everybody was like, man, there's no fucking competition regarding this nigga.
But yeah, like for any athlete out there, what you can take for Lamar Jackson winning MVP, even if he ain't get a Super Bowl ring this year, don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, play your game. Fuck what they talking about.
Lamar get better.
Lamar has that
the
Mamba
fact
mentality.
that he's still getting better is scary because this shit right here.
You said Mamba mentality.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hold you. That bomb mentality, that shit.
That shit can be applied.
It can be applied. It's
In
definitely a
every situation,
mindset
yeah.
that can be applied, but just very, very strict and very, very forward about that. So, yeah, just to wrap up that COVID topic, we want to say rest in peace to all the victims that happened on the plane. Rest in power, rest in greatness, and strive for more greatness while you're up there. I saw a lot of funny memes. I saw Jesus cross up Kobe.
Bro, that one.
That
My
was
favorite
hilarious.
one was the one with how they seen Kobe there before they seen Magic Johnson. That was my favorite part.
Oh, with Josh Hart, that is hilarious.
Yeah, I tried not to
Favorite
laugh at
fucking
any of
the
the
fuck
memes.
all that.
Like,
Nigga.
that one was funny as fuck.
Shit. That's how you get over it. What's how you get over shit like that?
Yeah, jokes is definitely good. I heard a joke from a comedian. He said a TMZ reporter asked him, "What you think about Kobe's passing?" He was like, "Kobe passing? Never." That's a good joke. I like shit like that.
Yeah,
That helps you get over hardship like this. So, all right,
Moving on.
we got out of the grievance and everything. Oh, we about to turn up on this fuck shit because I got a lot of shit to talk about. No high thought this week, but I do have a question for y'all. Why do girls think they know what's best for you?
I feel like it's because they got that like embedded maternal instinct.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a mother instinct type thing, even though they don't have children.
The reason why I asked, let me tell y'all while I asked before y'all respond, right? So I had this girl, of course I was going through a lot this week, and this girl who knows what's best for me was like, "Kareem, you don't need to be smoking every day." Like, bitch, I met you 2 weeks ago. Like, why the fuck are you talking? Right?
Shall lead you down the right path.
Yeah, like,
In the name of the Lord.
Yeah, like she knows what shit.
right? Like, you don't know me. I know me more than you know me. Right? What was you gonna say, Bree?
I was gonna say we have a sixth sense.
6 cents. Is that woman intuition
She
shit?
dead people.
So y'all just be going through phones.
Shut the fuck
That don't
up.
That don't mean nothing.
I
He
don't
said
go
y'all
through
just be going through
nobody's
phones.
phone. I haven't gone through anybody's phone unless they give me their phone and be like, "Look at this," and then I look at what they look at.
When girls be like, "Yo, I got woman's intuition that you've been out here messing around," and you went through my phone. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
man, you can hold my dick.
That's
That's
all
like
that
the
is.
last
Fucking
bitch.
FBI agents when they want to find some shit out.
I'll
You
give
wanna know
that.
who's the worst? Puerto Rican women.
Fuck
I don't
around.
know
with
what
that.
he was.
It's
Shout out to y'all.
like, but that's like high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. I mean, I ain't really for the reward if I gotta worry about if I'm gonna wake up with a knife over me.
Kill the bitch.
What that got worried
No!
Shoot the bitch.
about? No, you don't shoot. You gotta love them up.
RKO.
If the bitch got a knife in my throat, one of us got to
She
go.
just want to be
Obviously.
pregnant, dog.
Okay. All right.
Is that what you call it?
Puerto Ricans, yeah.
All right. Fine. We get pregnant, then we
I
go
thought that was the
fucking
next.
to an amusement park.
Nah, that's
So
all.
sit down.
That's all the swimming. This is.
They hate each
Yeah.
other.
You gotta talk about. I just want what's best for you, bitch. You just met me, and she listens to this, so.
That's fine. That's fine.
Shout out to whoever
Like-
Bree is talking about.
Maybe her connection with you before that is like
No.
listening to this. Maybe, nigga. Maybe she listened to you before y'all actually talked. Maybe she feels a connection that way.
Mm.
So maybe she feel like she know you. It's like you
Mm.
feel like you didn't know Kobe personally, but you feel like you know him through
Nah,
his
watch
actions
this
over
grow
you.
up.
Bree for the ring.
Yeah, but I'm saying she's listened to your podcast.
Yeah.
She enjoys it. Y'all talking now.
Mhm.
She feel like she knows what's best for you based on what she's heard here. Give it a chance, dog. Shit, this shit might change your life.
You can't know what's best for me until we at least like 6 months.
She might change your fucking life.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's just trying to make you the best you.
I
Right.
am the best.
Yeah, she's trying to make you the best you.
I'm trying to be the best me.
And she's also trying to shape you just a little
Don't
bit.
shape me.
Just a little bit.
She
Yeah.
wants you to put a ring on.
No.
That's not necessarily.
I'm gonna have a question for you after the podcast. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
But just so everybody knows what's going on, I just want to ask Kareem like his thoughts on marriage. You know, after kind of talking with him about it, give him a little bit of time to marinate.
Shit, you were ready to go.
I
Sure
mean,
enough.
if we can go ahead and get into it, then yeah, let's go.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
your thoughts
okay.
on marriage?
My thoughts on marriage are very simple. I believe marriage is a beautiful thing. I believe marriage is the pinnacle of a relationship. I do believe that sometimes it does take time to get ready for a marriage. And me personally, I do, I'm not even gonna hold you, do have some commitment issues based on like trust and shit like that. But however, for me, we would have to go through a couple of things before marriage is even involved, such as like staying apart, being together, living together. How are you with money? How are you with children? How are you with, my mother? How do you agree? Do you not agree? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So once everything goes through with that, then marriage is on the table. I don't mind. I would like to be married. I have a goal where I want to be married a certain time frame, but I'm gonna let the Lord
Let me go ahead and tell
figure
you.
that out.
Let me go ahead and tell you. If you got a time frame that you want to be married by this time,
Yeah.
get rid of that shit. You just gotta go
Really?
with the flow. Yeah, you gotta go with the flow with that shit. I ain't married yet,
Right.
but I'm pretty fucking close.
Right.
So, if I would have had marriage in my time frame, I would have been married by like 25, 26.
No, it's not even that close.
I'm saying for me, for my time frame, because I wanted to have kids sooner. I wanted 2 kids. I wanted 2 because one, you ain't really a parent. 2,
yes, you are.
Nah. 1, you just got one person to keep up with. Fuck it, you don't hear no bunch of arguing and fucking fighting in the house. It's just one person. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a lot of responsibility.
Right.
I'm saying you ain't got to deal with like that sibling bullshit that goes on. So I wanted 2, but shit's different now.
True.
So I mean, I'm probably not gonna have enough. I'm trying to be decently young when this motherfucker is old enough to start doing what she wants to do.
Decently young being 29,465.
I'm not fucking with you today, Tyler. But going back to what we were talking about, the marriage shit.
A hell of a year.
That
was a hell of a year.
It was a hell of a year. I will be 29 this year. The first part of that was right.
Oh shit! You actually will be 29. Damn.
Yeah,
I'll be 25. So.
I'll be 25.
But don't have a time frame on that. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But don't have it, but don't like stick to it. If it goes beyond it, don't feel bad.
Yeah, I'm not. I think at this point in my life, after everything that's fucking happened to me, I'm in the vetting process of seeing who I do want to be with. Because for some reason, like, even if I don't get married, I kind of do want to have kids.
Yeah.
But I would love to have a household who's stable and have shit together so I could bring my kids into that shit.
Don't wait to have kids until you think you're ready because you ain't gonna have them. Old people say that shit, but that's a fucking truth.
Well, I don't want to have my kids at 35 and shit. Because I gotta think how old I'm gonna be.
You having kids at 35 ain't the issue.
Yeah.
Her having kids at 35 is the fucking issue.
Yeah, like,
so,
I think it's like the older you get, the more likely it is.
It's a lot more risky. It's a lot more fucking risky.
Yeah, that's a woman.
So, like, if you're 35 and you want to have kids, make sure she's at least 30.
Nah, I don't even fuck with young women. There's usually older women that I fuck with.
Well, I mean, you can have one at 40. It's a lot
Younger
more risky.
women ain't on shit.
Ooh, I'm not having no kid at 40.
No, you said older women, so if you're 35,
yeah.
she like 40. I mean, like, the doctor says she, alright.
I don't do that fucking risk of fucking reward and shit. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. That's a good question. How you feel about it?
So that's the price.
So
At 40.
Yo,
Baby at 40 is that.
So let it be known, I have horrible trust issues. Like, I've been through some shit that just, like, a lot of people know me, and a lot of people.
Frank.
All right.
This is some serious shit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A lot of people know me, and like, yo, I don't let people in for shit. Like, I don't trust people because people have done me fucking dirty in the past. So it's like, I keep a wall up at all times. Like, I'm not trying to let you in unless I know you're gonna be beneficial. Like, as far as my growth as a person, like, I can't.
I feel that.
Yeah, if you can't grow with another individual, there's no point in you being together because when you begin to grow, they're not going to be supportive or they're not going to understand it.
Sure.
It's going to cause issues.
I.e., this is why I'm so damn hostile with everybody because I don't like letting people in.
You're hostile because
You're just a hostile nigga. I don't got nothing to do with it.
I have really bad trust issues when it comes down to it because sometimes I let people in, they ended up shitting on me. So.
Bro, I feel like now is the hardest time to be in a relationship.
Bro, it is
like you think when our parents were coming up, they didn't have social media and all this shit.
Oh my god,
they didn't have all this shit.
That was such a simpler time. You just yell and she'll come, like, catcall a girl and she'll actually marry you.
Yeah, like it was a simpler time as far as
so much
the social aspect. Because back in the day, like in the 50s or the fucking 70s,
He didn't call anybody.
Y'all ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Shout out to Emmett Till. Rest in peace. It's Black History Month.
Oh my god, it is Black History Month.
I thought we was gonna get to that.
We are.
But yeah, nigga, years ago you could cheat and be 10 like down the street, motherfucker wouldn't know.
Yeah. I know niggas in South Carolina who got a whole family across the street.
It's fucked up.
But imagine that a black man was taking care of 2 families on a fucking plumber's salary.
When was this?
This was, he said, 1980s.
Plumbers make good money.
2 households.
So he was broke.
Nah, he was just a grown ass man.
He wasn't selling drugs on the side.
Nah.
Oh shit! Fuck all that. And he had to take care of 2.
He was still with his wife, but had to take care of his girlfriend across the street.
I'd imagine it's like a similar situation when you get divorced and you got to pay alimony. Like,
That's also a fear. Like a lot of
if you get remarried, you still gotta pay that bitch alimony.
Not true.
It's not.
No, if somebody gets remarried,
I think
they have to pay alimony.
All right. So my understanding was like, let's say I'm married, I get divorced, I pay her alimony, but I get married again. She's not married. I figure I still have to pay her.
No, you get married again. Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but if she gets married again.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Okay,
Yeah. No, she's good if she gets married. But I'm talking about me getting. I still gotta pay this whole.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's that prenup. I'm trying to tell y'all, goddamn prenup saved you motherfucking.
You know what's crazy? Ever since you brought that up a couple of weeks ago, I've been seeing a lot of people preaching that shit a lot.
It should be a thing, dog. Marriage counseling should still be a thing if it's not. And if it is, we need to be talking about prenups in marriage. Like fuck, I ain't talking about prenups yet, but.
Yeah.
I'm glad she was in the room.
I mean,
Frank will get his ass.
I mean, I don't know. Like, we all go into this shit with the idea we're gonna be together forever, and that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
But reality is, it may not.
True.
And if it's not, then we need to have an agreement to fucking split.
Mm.
That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing rude. There's nothing bad about it. Not in my mind. I know some people have some fucking problems with that shit. So I didn't have a fucking problem with it.
Hey man,
Be like that sometimes.
be like that. Let's get into some of these topics. So it is Black History Month, and I think one of the first steps of Black History Month, that's the greatest thing I've seen, was Google dropped their Black History commercial.
Yo, that shit was dope.
Where in the commercial there was a lot of searches for most popular speech or most popular performance, most popular
poet, female poet, most
popular actress, most
TV host,
shit like all of that, and it all came up Black. Every search came up Black, which made me think that
athlete.
Yeah, your search history doesn't lie. Well, white people can sit here and lie and talk about,
they looking for us, nigga.
We like this and this. We like Reese Witherspoon. No, nigga, your search history shows that you shouldn't looking for Black shit. Yeah, we are the popping shit.
They looking for us though.
So let's cut it out with all the bullshit. We understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit that went down this weekend, the Grammys, happened last weekend, excuse me.
It was last week.
And I don't know if y'all saw Tyler the Creator's speech, but he had something where he was basically saying that don't put his shit in the rap category because it's more pop. And if you ever listen to Igor, it's definitely a pop record.
That's fun.
Definitely a pop album.
It's a good ass album though.
I didn't hear his speech, but I saw the nigga with the switch on stage.
That shit too. Yeah. He came up to the stage with a switch in his hand.
That's my nigga right there.
Retarded, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler.
Tyler the Creator is probably one of my favorite music artists.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't never really listened to none of this stuff.
Did you watch his Grammys performance?
No, I didn't see his performance. I just saw the speech.
I don't ever have time to watch shit like that.
I didn't watch the Grammys.
I don't ever watch. I just look at the list of them.
I was sad. And
I want to point some shit out. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
J. Cole finally got a fucking Grammy.
Yeah, for a feature.
Yeah, I know you love that dude.
For a feature.
I ain't saying
It's one
like
of my
you should.
favorite
Yeah,
music artists, it's about fucking time.
Yeah, Tyler love that dude. It's about as much he love Lamar Jackson.
He's definitely one of my
You're
favorite
right.
artists. He's the reason why I went to Fayetteville State. Shout out to him.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw the fuck was that? Who that video?
Yeah.
And he had the Fayetteville State cheerleaders in there, and I was like, what the fuck is Fayetteville State? What the fuck is Fayetteville? I don't even know what I was like, yeah.
I've listened to him more since we've been friends. But I've listened to him a little bit over because I don't do a lot of rap.
It's ironic that he won a Grammy for Best Feature. His albums typically go platinum with no features.
Right.
So it's ironic as hell that he won a Grammy for that.
Yeah,
but that dude is great though.
No, great dude, top 3. He's definitely top 3.
I had a conversation with, I think it was Ty at Montreal the other night. Kendrick versus Cole. I would choose Cole only because I'm biased, but now
that shit hard.
If I'm looking from, I guess, the middle, Kendrick, as far as lyricist, I think that's the word. Is it lyricist?
Yeah.
Kendrick will rip Cole apart on any beat. Now, Cole will tell you a fucking story, and it'll bring you in. That's what his music is. It's stories.
I like storytellers.
Yeah, I do I enjoy storytelling. I enjoy storytelling in every form of content, as far as from music to even comedy, even.
I tell y'all this shit about Bruce Springsteen, so I don't fucking
Fuck Bruce Springsteen.
I can't get behind. I can't get behind no damn guitar.
I don't think you can get behind white people, but Bruce is a fucking great storyteller. Shut the fuck up. But I don't want to take away from Cole. But go ahead.
No, I mean, shout out to Bruce. There's some white songs I like. Remember when he played the Rick shit? What's his name? Actually, never gonna lift you up.
Oh, Rick Roll.
Never gonna, that's that shit.
Yo, that shit's great.
But the only reason I know
nigga,
that
the
song,
fucking 80s?
Yeah, that was definitely an area I missed. That shit was in the 80s. That was my shit.
God damn.
But the only reason I know that song is because when you try to look up fucking uncut shit on YouTube, it used to play that. That was early YouTube. Now it just don't play fucking whack. But that shit used to always play. I don't know who did that shit, but that was genius marketing.
Yeah.
Genius marketing.
I listened to that shit on the way to Food and Buddha.
Let's transition into Terry Crews.
Here we go.
So I'm gonna read Terry Crews' tweet. Let me set it up first. But Terry Crews basically went on a talk show.
Was it Real Talk or The Talk or what was
it? Was one
The
of
View?
Those, it was one of those shows.
So many of those fucking shows.
He was basically talking about what's going on with America's Got Talent. You know, because Gabrielle Union has a diversity case against them. Something or other. She got treated unfairly because she was black.
Mm-hmm.
So he went on the show and basically had to. They asked him the same question, and he basically just folded everything. He basically just said Gabrielle was wrong. He said that the America's Got Talent is the most diverse place he's ever been on. He's done all of that and received a lot of backlash from black women because he did not, even if he didn't defend Gabrielle Union, which he didn't have to, because you don't have to treat somebody how they treated you, but he didn't have to put her under the bus. He could have just literally said, according to me, it's never been like that. And I think that's why he reached a lot of backlash.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I don't necessarily have a problem with what he said.
Yeah.
I have a problem because he didn't answer the right question.
Right.
What he said is true. There's a lot of diversity on that fucking show for contestants. That's not what Gabrielle's problem is. Her problem is behind the scenes. She can put that in bold fucking letters in her next tweet after that shit.
Right.
I'm not talking about what people see. Because they're not going to do shit that's not diverse on the show, what people see, because that's not a good look in today's time.
True.
She's talking about behind the scenes. He didn't answer that question. So I felt like when I watched it, I just felt like he was under too much pressure. He didn't really get it immediately. You know, you just answer something or you just say something, just like off the cuff.
Right.
When you don't, and then after you think about it, it's like, oh, that wasn't it. I shouldn't have said. I think that's more of what it was.
But he said that and then doubled down on it.
Yeah, he did double down on that.
And I'm gonna read the tweet here. He said, after receiving all the backlash, he was like, "There's only one woman on earth I have to please. Her name is Rebecca, which is his wife." He said, "Not my mother, my sister, my daughters, or my coworkers. I let their husbands / boyfriends / partners take care of them. Rebecca gives me wings."
Which is also true. So let me say this again. Let me continue. No, hold on. He doubled down on it. The first part was just a fuck up.
Okay.
The second part was pride.
So can I just kind of like drop one?
Go ahead. The second part was pride.
I understand where you're coming from. I just kind of want to go back to you. So I'm not very knowledgeable on this whole topic because I tried to look up some shit on it and just couldn't find much because all I seen was apologies. But my thing is, like, I kind of feel like a difference of opinions isn't throwing somebody under the bus.
No. That's not what this is. He didn't answer the question correctly. Gabrielle's Union entire case is about diversity behind the scenes.
And lack thereof.
This is people you don't even fucking know. There's people to make decisions with this shit.
And the reason
it's nothing to do with
like the CEO.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off. The reason why she said that is because she was a host on America's Got Talent, or not a host, but a judge on America's Got Talent, and Terry Crews is the host. So when she's saying that she has a problem with behind the scenes shit, she's basically talking about like producers and stuff like that. But what he said on when the first thing that he did on the talk show was basically like he's never been anything like that. But the reason why it became such a big deal is not because he dogged or defended himself. It was more because he just made it like an up-to fact that it was like, no, there's nothing. There's mad diversity on the show. There's nothing. I don't even know what he's talking
there's
about.
Diversity
like,
on the
like
show.
That. So it kind of played because it was like, well, Gabrielle Union wouldn't just come out of nowhere and say this shit.
Right.
But it's like you're not defending black women and they kind of felt attacked and stuff like that. So that's what it came from.
I'm not even pushing the whole defending black women, right? I'm pushing the fact that he didn't answer the question correctly. Because if he understood it, or if he would have did this the right way, his answer would have been different if he would have thought about it more. And I feel like that part of this is just like a human fuck up. Like we just, especially, I don't know how they feel. I'm not a fucking celebrity. I've never been under that kind of pressure before on a fucking talk show. But I just feel like he's under a lot of pressure. He answered it wrong. Fine. If that would have been it, I would have been okay. If that would have been it, without the whole like Rebecca's the only one I gotta fucking appease,
which
I would have been okay with that.
I had a problem with that tweet because he's basically said that he doesn't have to please his mother, his sister, his daughters, his coworkers. And I mean, I don't know about his mother and sister. Maybe his family's fucked up. You don't have to please them, right? But your daughters, you have daughters.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't know what his mindset is on that. I don't know if religion.
No, he's saying that he doesn't have to please his daughters. He'll let their husbands, boyfriends, / partners take care of them.
I kind of understand that statement. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the wording of it. I have a problem with that he was wrong initially. I feel like he knew he was wrong in the moment. And then to double down on that shit and not simply admit wrong at that time was wrong. The next tweet after that should have been the apology. It shouldn't have been that shit, which is why I think Dwayne Wade didn't accept that shit.
Right. That's why Dwayne Wade then said, someone please take Terry Cruz's phone. And then after that, there was just a multitude of just so much more hate and just basically coming at Terry Crews. And he ended up then apologizing to Gabrielle Union, which then makes it seem like, all right, if you didn't feel like that, why double down?
Right.
If you're gonna say what you said, all right, say what you say and then apologize. Because if you didn't feel that way, or if you got misquoted, or if you got misled, or information was different to you, you could have said that. But you doubled down on it. You said, this is how I feel. I don't have to explain myself to anybody but my wife. So to then come out and then drop an apology, I just feel like you're out here cooning about. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like the apology was legitimate. I feel like he even after the double down, I feel like he went back and talked to his wife again. I feel like he was wrong. Obviously, he consults her on this shit. He said it, and which is great because that's your partner. When you get married, you become one. When you get married, you become one. I don't know about you. Say you believe in God and your religious beliefs. I don't know how deep in the shit you believe, but you know they tell you that once you become married, it's God, then your wife, and then everybody else. So like your mother and your daughters are not number two, nigga. Your wife is number two. If you believe that, I don't know what his beliefs are either. But that's why I don't have an issue with the second statement because I don't know what his thinking is. I wouldn't say that shit. But I just feel like I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But like that apology, I feel like the apology was genuine because I feel like he went back and talked to Rebecca again, and I feel like that maybe he misunderstood something she said, or maybe she didn't say something correctly, and they talked about it again, and then the apology was issued. I feel like it's
you had a chance to do it the first time, and like when Terry Crews came out about his shit where he was touched by a agent, a producer, whatever it was, by a male producer, right? There was a whole bunch of people was backing you, even if you don't feel the way you feel about Gabrielle. Okay, regardless. You talk to your wife about it. Maybe you don't know all the facts. Cool. You can say no comment.
You can. That's what I'm saying.
That's my point.
I felt like he was under pressure though. I felt like he couldn't just come with it. I don't know. But like you be in the moment and then you just say shit, and then you realize you fucked up.
Okay, so even if you have to say something, just say that's not what I experienced. Okay, you're taking yourself out.
It's easy to say that, but you've been in moments where you felt like you should, when you just felt like you had to say something, even though you know you should have said something different. You've been in moments where you just said shit.
I don't give a fuck. I say what I say when I say it.
I feel like that's a human thing. I feel like every individual has been in a moment where they've had to just say shit, and then they do it. Especially fucking celebrities or people in positions of power. I feel like, because that's not the first time something like that has been said and an apology has been issued after, because it's the fucking heat of the moment. It's a decision in the heat of the moment. I'm not saying he's right in what he said. I'm saying I understand the apology.
I see what you're saying.
I get what you're saying about the double down. I don't agree with this. That second tweet should have been the apology. No, that's facts. But I understand what he meant when he said, I talked to my wife, she the only one I got to please. I ain't got to please nobody else. I get that. That's his wife. He stand by his wife. He love her. I respect that shit. I love that shit. But The second tweet should have been an apology. That's all I'm saying.
Right?
I understand what you're saying, Frank, about having that one moment where you can just say some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know me as a person, and I know other people who.
I do that
where
shit a lot.
You start talking, and then you realize what you're saying.
I'm Terry
you
Crews.
can't stop.
Oh.
You have to keep going with it,
Right.
and then you have to back it up
Right.
to make it seem like you weren't trying to mess up.
Right.
And then that's probably what was the case.
I fuck up in the moment a lot.
I do too.
I just don't give a fuck. I say what I mean.
I fuck up in the moment a lot. I empathize with that part. I don't empathize with the second tweet. The second tweet should have been a fucking apology. And if anything else was said after the apology, then that second tweet should have been the third.
That's easily fixed by just thinking before you speak. No?
It is, but
when you're in a moment like that, when
dude,
you're being on live,
that's human error.
I understand that part, but it's not human error to then put the second tweet out.
That's what I'm saying. All right, we can agree on that. Yeah, we can agree on that. The second tweet should have been the third tweet if there was shit said after the apology. But I feel like Dwayne Wade would have accepted the apology had that been the tweet after
I
that
think Terry
bullshit.
Crews don't want no smoke with Dwayne Wade. That's why.
I ain't gonna say that bullshit.
I respect the Wade.
I respect all of them, but I'm not gonna say he don't want no smoke. It ain't that deep. We ain't gonna make this something that it's not.
Nah, you ain't gonna disrespect my wife like that.
Yeah, I get it.
All right,
We not gonna. But what I'm saying,
that's all I'm saying.
what I'm saying is, the man fucked up.
Yeah.
Gabrielle came out and tweeted after that, and made what she wanted to say clear. At that point, he saw that shit. They should have known right then that tweet that he sent after that shouldn't have been a fucking thing. Because then, given his response, at that moment he should have known that's not what the fuck she talking about. Then he should have issued the apology.
Yeah.
And then if anything would have been said after that apology,
yeah.
then it would have been, well, I ain't got to, it should have been, I apologize. I don't please anybody but Rebecca, blah, blah, blah. That's what that should have been.
Be entitled to freedom of speech.
We are, but there's a way that this shit should be done. And he did it wrong.
And then on top of that, you dropped this like old ass Negro ass tweet talking about I told Kevin Hart a while ago he needed to acknowledge the pain of other people. Right now I have to do the same thing. I want to apologize for the comments I made, and I realize there are a lot of black women hurt and let down by what I said and also what I didn't say.
Hey, look, when you're in the spotlight, nigga, a lot of people follow what you say, and a lot of people look up to what the fuck you saying, look up to
That's
you
a
in
fact.
general. So if he said that shit to Kevin Hart, which I don't follow a bunch of shit, cool. I'm glad he did it. I'm glad that he finally took the time to apologize. I think we should fucking accept that. I ain't saying Dwayne Wade should accept it. That's a little bit personal for him. I'm saying, but as the general public,
yeah, just looking onto this shit, I understand what you're saying, Brian. I agree with what you're
just
saying.
like you did earlier with the old people. We ain't big yet, but you know what I mean.
No, I understand that. All right, Terry Crews, just no comment.
I still fuck with you, Terry, but you know now to just like think before you speak in the future. I don't have a problem with him. I don't think that he ain't really had much shit other than this in his career. 20 years.
I mean, I know Terry Crews from Everybody Hates Chris, Julius Cheap.
No, I'm talking about controversial shit like this in the media.
Controversial?
Like
Well, the last thing that he talked about was him getting fondled by some guy.
right, but that's not against him. I'm talking about against him.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's shit that we don't know about.
I don't know. Terry Crews too big for this shit.
Yeah, that's what 6
You got too much shoulder muscle for all this dumb shit you doing.
You see them shoulders?
Yeah, you got too much shoulder shit for this shit. This nigga you doing that shit. Shit's weird, man.
Oh man.
Frank, shut the fuck up. God, Jesus.
We love you, Terry Crews.
Frank loves you. I don't love you.
Terry good though.
Yeah,
That's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah,
Right there.
he-
Like, everything he's ever played.
Fucking Old Spice commercials, bitch. Get the fuck out
Not
of
even
here.
the Old Spice commercials. Norbit,
Where's
The Longest
Old
Yard. Everybody Hates Chris.
Excuse me?
Where's Old Spice?
The shit with the hint of lavender, nigga. I got the shit at the house. What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't ever say hints of lavender to me ever again.
Yeah, you real old.
Excuse me. The shit works for me.
Nigga said hints of lavender.
There's a lot of shit that don't work for me. That shit works for me.
Old Spice breaks my skin out really, really bad. That's
Yeah,
why
it don't work for you.
in high school.
Thank you, Terry Crews. I wear Old Spice.
All
I
right.
respect Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Let's get into this student getting arrested for sitting in the wrong seat for it.
Oh, I
Yo.
have a whole lot to say about this shit.
Yo, alright, so I know y'all do, because y'all, alright, so I didn't go to school like that. I went for like a year and I was done when I started working in sales because I was making money.
Mm.
But, That's just fucking retarded to me. It's fucked up because the whole time apparently this happened towards the end of class.
You want to paint the story?
All right.
I set it up.
Go ahead and set it up because you're good at that. I'm drunk. I'm loud as fuck. I'm sorry, y'all.
All right, so there was a student and a teacher at Ball State, which is in Maryland.
That's all about to ask. Ball State.
Ball State is in Maryland, and there was a student who was in a professor's class, and basically, I guess they have assigned seats in that class. Sorry,
All right.
Sorry for the sidebar, people. This is our show. Y'all ain't paying for it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
it's
so
like college, huh?
The student had assigned seats, and basically had to charge his laptop that day, so sat in the back to charge the laptop. And he sat in the back for the majority of the class, which I'm assuming had to be like maybe like a 15-minute class. It wouldn't be too long.
Probably wasn't that
but he sat in the back of the class to charge his laptop. One of the students got sat in the front of his assigned seat, got up and left. And the teacher ended up seeing the student in the back and telling him that he had to sit in his assigned seat. He said he's been sitting there this whole time. I'm just charging my laptop. It's not that big of a deal. The professor then threatened to, if he doesn't sit in his assigned seat, he's calling the police. And the police ended up getting called.
Mm-hmm.
So the question then was this an overreaction?
Yes. Fuck yes.
Was this,
relax. Can he finish?
So relax. And it just was this right? Was this an accurate thing to do? And I'm gonna let Frank go because Frank brought to my attention. So
all right. So for those of you who have read the story or given what Kari put down, if you think that the professor was right in asking him to move to the assigned seat, you're correct in that aspect. But was it overreaction is the actual question, and the answer is yes. Because if for the majority of this class, this guy has been sitting in the back of the class, charging his laptop, paying attention to schoolwork, following along on the laptop with the professor on the PowerPoint, like the article said, he hasn't caused a disruption. Someone else was in his assigned seat. So where he should have been sitting, someone else got up and left from that seat. And now he wants him to move to that seat. So that means he didn't check that shit before class starts.
Right.
So to have this guy move and threaten to call the police if he doesn't move at almost the end of class, it's fucking wrong. At any point in class, in my opinion, it's fucking wrong. Because as long as he's been following and not causing disruption, which you would have pointed out as a professor at this point, I would imagine. You know, we grown ass people at this point. This ain't fucking high school. These grown ass people, I'm paying for this education. I'm here because I want to be. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you shouldn't ask me to move because you got this shit set up that way.
Why the fuck we got a science?
But the fact is that this shit is almost over. The fact is somebody else was in my seat. The fact is you did not call roll and check seats. The fact is I've been sitting here and it's almost in the class and you trying to get me to move and you threatening to call the police. I haven't caused a disruption. I've been following along. I probably don't even have a bad grade in this class.
The student is black and the teacher is white.
The student is black and the teacher is white. But I probably don't have a bad grade in this class. And for you to call the police on me, it's fucking foul of you. And you should be removed from your office.
Yeah.
I think you should be removed. I don't think you need to teach there ever again.
This definitely seems like it had to be like a 50-minute.
Once again.
Did I have 50-minute classes?
50, so I think it was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was 50 minutes, and Thursday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, my longest one when I was in there for a year was like an hour 20.
Was, 90 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my shit wasn't. My longest was an hour 20. It was only one for the first year. I didn't do shit after that. But even then, this shit's fucked up.
It is. I think that the fact that he got the cops call, I think that's a way overreaction from the professor. I don't understand, first of all, why you have assigned seats in college. Colleges come in, sit the fuck down. Because I'm coming in at fucking, it's a 50-minute class. I might come in 10:40, be honest with you. Keep it a buck. It's depending on what the class was. Like, if it was like economics and shit, yeah, I'm not coming in there until like 5 minutes before class is up anyway, because they take attendance at the end. So
they do?
Some do.
See, even he had to be doing that shit because obviously he was wrong. Fucking asshole.
See, my thing is that I saw in the article that there were other students who was sitting in the back too because they just weren't sitting in their assigned seats.
See, I didn't even see that shit.
He said, and then the teacher asked the class if the dude who he called the police on was disrupting the class.
Yeah, I saw that.
The whole class said
yeah,
no.
they took up for him. Yeah. You see, so I like the reaction of the police as we were talking about this with a black man. He got up and left, and they didn't give a whole bunch of fuss. They didn't forcefully remove him, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Even though he complied with the order. I like that part of this.
Yeah.
But the professor was wrong. He needs to be removed.
Right, like what the fuck? Like, sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
So it'd be one thing if he's sitting in there cutting the fucking food, not paying attention, disrupting other people.
Do people do that shit in college
No,
classes?
they don't even fucking
Not
do
in
that.
college. Nobody cuts a fool in college. Like,
That's
unless your
In
homeboys in
fucking
there.
college.
Because I've heard of one
If
story
your
of that.
homeboys is in there, right? If I got classes with my niggas, we might be cutting up. But after a while, we'll then go back into the shit. Like, so when I say cutting up, I mean like little jokes here and there. Like how we did at work. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
But as far as the lesson, we still listening to the fucking lesson.
Right. Because I've only heard of one instance. I'm sorry. I've only had one instance from a guy I know that went to app back in the day.
And I can understand why they cut. It's boring as fuck up there.
But he was in the back talking. The professor asked him to stop talking. Motherfucker wouldn't quit. I told him to get out. Showed up the next day.
Yeah.
Motherfucker said, "No, I see you next semester."
Damn.
Nigga.
I ain't gonna go as far as say like even if I
Woo!
go in the class because me and Quentin. Now, granted, it is an outdoor class. I understand it was soccer.
Outdoor.
Yeah, we had soccer.
Oh, okay.
So now me and Quentin.
It's that white school.
Sorry, high school.
I went to UNCP. That was a minority school. Thank you.
Oh, like soccer.
It's considered
Okay, so
HBCU.
now me and Quentin used to fuck around when we were like actually playing soccer. But the thing is, like when the professor was talking or coach, I don't really know what we call him. I don't know if it's coach or professor. Same thing. I'm talking. Me and Quentin were probably two of the most quiet people in that class when we were listening to what was going on. So I don't necessarily go.
Same shit.
It's like you do at work, like you said. We cut up in meetings.
Cut up.
Cut up with the fucking suit.
Facts.
But when he fucking serious,
Yeah,
we serious.
That's what it was.
I don't think this
Because
shit warranted the cops being called.
no.
It definitely did. It definitely
It
did.
never warrants the cops, and I think that professor definitely needs to have a look into his shit.
He needs his ass beat.
They said he will be monitored moving forward. Man, fuck, he's not gonna do that shit again.
It depends, because if he's a tenured professor, I understand that they really can't do much.
Yeah.
They really can't do much.
Yeah,
If that
that's
professor's
fair.
been there and he has tenure, then it's not much that
That
really
that tenure, bitch. It's like having a fucking union.
that shit is.
Yeah, that shit's kind of annoying.
Yeah. But come on,
Those
though.
be the best professors be low key. Like I'm not speaking in this situation, but
Tenured ones?
yes, from my my past situation at Fayetteville State, all my tenured professors, they kept it 100% honest with you. No, you don't need this fucking access code, or you do need to get this access code because it's a 2-week trial, and if you fucking do the whole class in 2 weeks, guess what? You don't got to worry about no more. Shit like that, they kept it honest.
I forgot the kid's name, but shout out to you, dog. We stand with you at the Joint Podcast. That shit was wrong.
Fuck your professor.
And I think Ball State is a PWI, I believe.
I have no idea.
Hey, sorry, what's that mean? Uneducated nigga over here.
Oh, predominantly white institution.
Oh, okay, there you go.
That's different than HBCU.
You say HBCU. I'm good with that. Yeah, I know what that means.
But shout out to that kid. I apologize that you had to go through. Trying to give shout out to this shit.
No, we stand with you. Like,
No, we stand with
all
you for
bullshit
real.
aside, we stand with you.
Don't even let that professor get you. It's only a 50-minute class anyway. Fuck that nigga.
He ain't gonna be there next year.
No, he might be.
He might be.
He might be.
He might be, but you won't be, cause he probably, like I said, he probably doing good as fuck in that class.
You won't see this man after another semester, so it's alright. But we are at the end.
Are we?
Yeah, we're done.
Quick Super Bowl prediction.
Can I say something?
Yes, let's get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, I want to do this for Super Bowl. And I know we don't talk about shit like this a lot on the Joint. And I know Greg probably don't want to talk about this shit a lot. But I saw an article today. There have been 6 police officers that have died in the last 10 days. And there's no media coverage on it. Now,
Where at?
it's in different places around
Yeah,
the
it's been a
country.
bunch of different places.
But a lot of them didn't die in duty. One of them did on a car chase. But one had a heart attack, one just died instantly, and some other shit. But the only reason I want to point this out, cops are near and dear to me because that's what I want it to be. And still think about it from time to time. It's still not too late for me to do it.
Listen.
But now, I just want to, I can't mention the family names because I don't remember them from the article, but even if I'm not gonna say the Joint. I'm just saying I stand with you. You're my thoughts and prayers. I'm not trying to like disown the podcast, but I don't want to sound like that this is a collective thing. This is something I just brought up randomly. But folks, just remember the police officers, because no matter what situation you're in, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much you hate the police or any kind of first responder, you will still call them in a situation where you need them.
That's a fact. I don't have a problem with cops. I have more of a problem with fucked up cops. I think
I have a problem with the media before I have a problem with cops.
That's a fact.
But those 6 officers, that shit hit me a little bit this morning, and I just wanted to shout out those 6 families that are going through shit. Especially the guy that died in the fucking car chase. Because
if you're dying in the line of duty,
I don't feel like you should be.
It was a female.
Yeah,
A female that died in the car chase.
If
It was
you're
a female.
It was a black dude.
Female.
It must have been 2.
Yeah, it was 2.
Well, I'm talking about the black dude.
Listen, if you die in the line of duty, absolutely we understand. We don't want to see anything happen to cops.
That was a
far
car
from
chase.
cops.
She got drugged.
By the car.
Yeah. I'm talking about the car chase, not that one.
Right.
But dirty cops. I'm not.
Oh no, fuck dirty cops.
Okay.
Get their ass.
The only reason this shit ain't making like public headlines is because it's not something that can divide society. Like I told Frank the same shit. Because it wasn't a police shooting or police brutality. That's the only reason it isn't making headlines.
That was the trend in this article. This correctional officer died of a heart attack. This dude died in a car chase. This woman got drugged on a traffic stop by the car and got pinned between the car and the tree.
Jesus.
Like it's fucked up, but their lives still matter.
Right.
So
I mean, shout out to them, their families, prayers, thoughts be with them.
So
Life is a precious thing.
Hey y'all, the Joint Podcast. Thank you for listening. Sorry we weren't here last week.
Let's do late Super Bowl predictions and then we're out of here. So
I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
What's the score?
35-31.
Ooh, I don't have a score. I don't really watch like that.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling for the 49ers. It's my mom's team.
Okay.
My mom was around when they was popping, so she loved the motherfuckers.
Shut
Shut the fuck up. Maybe I was. What score did you say?
35-31.
You think it's gonna be that close?
It's gonna be a real close game. It's gonna be a high
All right, I'll go 35-31.
All right, so I'll go Niners, and I'm going 42-38.
42-38.
That's a lot.
30's a lot. I think it's
Yo,
gonna be a lot.
and shout out to fucking, was it J-Lo and Shakira doing the halftime show?
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to this tribute to Kobe Bryant, nigga.
J-Lo and Shakira.
Yeah.
When people give Shakira some shit, but Shakira is definitely the Beyonce of like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna shit on Shakira, but shout out to that. I'm definitely about to go.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready to see the shit though.
I'm taking a shooter to a whole new fucking level.
I'm trying to tell you. Goddamn, could you imagine child support from one of them hoes? Huh?
Nigga, child support. I'll pay them for free. They want the money, they can have it.
Fuck all that.
Shakira,
trying to come up, goddammit.
Nah, I'm gonna cut. Alright. Joint Podcast, episode 24, man. Oh, this has been good.
This is a great one. This is one of my best ones for a while.
Episode 24, man.
We out here.
We love y'all, man. Please check in next week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment into the YouTube. Check us out. We didn't do an Ask the Joint this week. We'll do one next week. So send your questions into us at the Joint Pod. That's TheJointPod. And that's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
You got a Snapchat too or not?
No, we don't have a Snapchat.
We got a TikTok.
I'm making that.
TikTok is now. I haven't been posting.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
Let's make a Snapchat.
Sure.
Premium.
Premium Snapchat.
Yeah.
$15.
I ain't showing no toes. See, you said last week. I'm not showing no fucking
I'll
toes.
show my ass. What you mean?
Cash at the Joint Pod. 1, 2, 3. Goddamn it.
Shut up.
Cash
Cash
out.
up, bro. We got
Venmo,
cash up.
Frank Mo. Goddamn it.
Hey, shit, do that too. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Patreon.
Let's go around the table. Tyler, socials, please.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Nigga, you don't even know it.
TYLER06. Follow me. And I just want to shout out the Charlotte Barbarians. I don't know if they will hear this, but we played them yesterday. That was a hell of a match. That's probably
Tyler plays rugby.
Yeah, I play rugby.
Yeah.
That's one of the best matches I've ever had in my career.
They got battle scars from rugby.
Yeah, I got several actually. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But shout out to the Barbarians. My boy Matt, Smiley. Keep balling, keep playing hard, get back into the game. 100% full blast. Represent Charlotte.
Frank
Mo, Twitter, Instagram. Sorry I missed y'all niggas last week, but I'm back.
Click.
And of course, you can follow me everywhere at Chief Carisi, HIEFKHARE. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, you can follow our fuck that shit. You can follow our videographer, Bree, at
BRE_DANTZLER on Instagram.
How you say that shit?
We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Dancler.
It's been another one. Episode 24 of the Joint Podcast.
Hey,
We
R.I.P.
out.
Kobe.
Rest in peace, everyone.
Damn.
Peace.
Bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all know I don't watch sports. I was sitting like that for